This is Roger Sanchez, and you're checking out my man, Rossi B.
Hey, can you tell us what's going on here?
Fire Radio's Rossi B, live in Ibiza. This is Fire.
All right, well, I've got Roger Sanchez in the house. How you doing?
Very good. How are you?
So we're here in Ibiza. Glad to be here as normal?
Yes. Always love being back here. It's like my second home. Or my third? Or my fourth.
So tell us what you've been up to.
Well, this year's been a really busy one. I've been doing Release Yourself at Space this summertime, doing about 4 to 6 spots on the island. I've also been doing Release Yourself in Mykonos, at Cabo Paradiso, Mystery Sound in London. Been doing Turkey and Antalya, and touring like absolutely insanely over the summertime. So pretty busy.
Loads of great tracks been making at the moment. Obviously, Get Together. How's that going down at the moment?
Really, really good. And it's funny because that track's kind of like had two lives. I did it originally as a track, then I did the version with Far East Movement. I've got the track Worldwide featuring Mobin Master and MC Flipside that came out. It's more of a banging underground track. It's really done well for me over the last couple of months. And then I'm just doing loads of collaborations right now at the moment in the studio.
Yeah, I saw your studio. I mean, that looks awesome. I bet that's a fun place to be when you're there.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I've been touring so much, I've had to take like my studio on the road with me. But whenever I get a minute, and I've got 2 studios, one in Ibiza and then one in New York. So whenever I get a chance to be in them, I just really go for it.
I mean, how do you feel that music's changed a lot at the moment?
Well, I think the interesting thing is, first of all, the fact that the way music is being consumed nowadays is really very much online, downloaded. You don't sell as many, but the impact I find is actually stronger. It's opened the doors for a lot of new producers to really come up and have a great impact, provided that they know how to access the social media network. It's made it almost more democratic, if you will. Like anyone can step up, and the quality of your work is what's going to determine your audience.
I mean, when you've been DJing, technically, you know, you're amazing. You know, you got 4 decks and all you think. How do you do it?
It's funny, like people, you always ask me, do you really use 4 decks? And I think one of the things is I use CD players in lieu of turntables as tools, whereas I've got acapellas on one, pieces on another, full songs. I try to make it a really interactive, full performance. And because, you know, there's not enough to do with 4 decks, I've done this flashing light show now where I have this iPad interface that allows me to control my visuals while I'm DJing. So visual sound, it's kind of insane, to be honest with you. There are days I even question my own sanity. Like, okay, what really drives me to do this? But I just love the reactions of the people in the crowd.
What got you actually into DJing and making music?
I used to be a break dancer many years ago, and used to be the guy in the crowd, and used to go see mates of mine that were DJs, and I just used to love seeing the way they interacted with the crowd, how they kind of led and controlled the crowd, if you will. And I always used to say, you know what, that's something I'd like to do. And then one day I got the opportunity to step in for a mate at a private house party, and then from there I was hooked.
What's your favorite thing about Ibiza?
I like the duality of it. I like that it has an amazing nightlife, but then there's this beautiful escape during the daytime. You can go to these amazing beaches, have the most chilled, relaxed life, and then really go for it at night. Tonight I'm going to be doing a classic set at Space. It's a very special set. I actually did it recently at Southport Weekender in the UK, and it went over amazing. So I've been getting a lot of requests to do it, and I've prepared a very special set for tonight, kind of going back from the early Chicago house days to New York house, to big records that were big here in Ibiza. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you prefer, obviously last year, Amnesia was your residency on a Tuesday. Do you prefer being at Space?
It's interesting. I have always loved the Terrace of Space. It's not so much about the day that I play, it's more like the environment and the vibe. The Amnesia is a great place, just like Pacha is. I think this year, going back to Space after so many years having not played there, it's like going, kind of visiting an old friend, but with a new twist. So I'm really enjoying playing there. Every club has a different vibe. My nights at Pacha don't resemble anything from Amnesia, which don't resemble anything from Space, and I actually quite enjoy that.
Are you working on any new tracks at the moment?
Absolutely. I just did something with Sidney Sampson. I'm in the studio writing. It's funny enough, I've actually been working on a project together with Danny Jones from the band McFly, and a bit of a crossover dance project with him. So we're finishing that up. I've done a track with Robbie Rivera, collaborating with a lot of artists. I'm supposed to go into the studio with 50 Cent. I'm supposed to go in with Tyler Cruz, and it's all about scheduling now, getting everybody on the same page on the same day. I've been in the studio with Dallas Austin, a lot of different types of artists, Sam Obernick, so a lot of really cool collaborations right now.
What's your favorite track at the moment?
It's hard to pick one, man. I'll be honest with you. Right now, my track Worldwide is really doing it for me for the big rooms. I always have to look at my record box, as it were, to kind of tell you what's big. And I always have a hard time trying to come up with, okay, this is the biggest track of the moment. So I'll probably say go check out the radio show or go online on my podcast and then see what's really rocking for me. We got something that just came out on Stealth with Richard Dinsdale, Hook and Sling, and Sam Obernick called Edge of the Earth, and that's doing really well for me too.
Excellent. Well, Roger Sanchez, nice catching up with you.
Good seeing you too, mate.
Fire Radio.
Roger Sanchez, what a legend. Brand new track, Andrew Bayer, Count the Points. Checking out Fire Radio on FM and digital.
This is Carl Cox, and you're listening to DJ Rossi B.
Fire Radio's Rossi B, live in Ibiza. This is Fire.